You say the May Day holiday is almost here. Where have all the people in Zhengzhou, a city with a population of 13 million, gone? After dinner today, I went shopping downstairs from my house. You can see that no one is in sight in the mall, and there are more stores than customers. I went to a suit shop and the boss told me that there has been no one in the mall recently, and the business is getting worse day by day. Then I asked him why they were still selling at such high prices. The boss said he has to get the most from any customer who comes in, otherwise he couldn't even pay the rent. The rent fee is so high. So I would like to ask, where have all the people gone in our city of Zhengzhou with a population of 13 million? Let me show you. Walking out of the train station is the second road. People who have been to Zhengzhou know how prosperous and bustling this road is. Look at what is happening now. Just 3 or 4 are waiting for taxis. See, this is the second road now. Take a look. What is the population of Zhengzhou in 2025? Official data shows that the number of permanent residents is 13 million. However, netizens expressed doubts, believing that it's only around 6 to 8 million. Car owners said the morning and evening rush hours are not as congested, and the traffic flow has been visibly reduced. All the business owners of major wholesale markets complain that sales have been halved this year, and inventory is piling up. China has a population of 1.4 billion, and in such a big city as Zhengzhou, at 9:55, there was no one in the subway station. Look, where have all the people gone? Friends, you may think that Zhengzhou's economy is more difficult than that of second and third tier cities. At noon today, I chatted with a client who runs a catering business in Zhengzhou. He even told me that Zhengzhou has lost 2 to 3 million people this year. Then I was wondering why so many people want to leave Zhengzhou. In fact, it is not just Zhengzhou. The population in big cities like Fuzhou and Xiamen, with millions of people, is also decreasing visibly. Fuzhou has a population of over 8 million, and there is no one on the streets and no one in the shops. This is Zhongting Street, past 9 o'clock in the evening. Who can stand this? Where have all the people gone? Daya Bay is really a ghost town. It's really an empty city. Look, there is no one, really no one. This is the busiest and the most central area of Daya Bay, but it's still a wasteland and farmland without even a single soul in sight. Take this property for example. It was sold for more than $2,000 per square meter during the peak period, but now it has dropped directly to $1,375. No one wants it even if it's given away. This is the first time I've seen a shopping mall like this in a prime location in the city center. Oh my god, can you believe it? This is a large shopping mall in a prime location in the center of Xiamen City, Fujian Province. It should have been their largest shopping mall. Look at its current status. It seems that they were going to build a Venice water city below. Now I suspect that the water here is sewage, a bit smelly standing here. Look inside, there are electric bikes that no one has ridden for a long time, and there are very few people inside. The biggest mystery of 2025 is, where have all the Chinese gone? The Chinese Communist Party authorities claim that China has a population of 1.4 billion, but a large number of online videos show that from first-tier cities such as Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen to ordinary small counties, the population has dropped significantly. The cities are empty and the countryside is deserted. A Shanghai netizen said that the streets of Shanghai used to be so crowded on weekends that street vendors blocked the overpasses. But now shops are closing one after another, leaving people panicking. The aquarium is also deserted, and even under the Oriental Pearl Tower, there is no longer the bustling atmosphere of people queuing up to take pictures. It's the same in migrant workers' hometowns in the countryside. You can't see any young people in the village. In the whole country, the marriage rate and fertility rate have been declining year after year, and the population structure has changed greatly. More and more Chinese are questioning how China's population has decreased. Does China still have a population of 1.4 billion? This year, those who run the real economy are complaining that they have no customers. Then, I would like to ask, where have the 1.4 billion compatriots gone? Look at these places. They used to be an inch of land, an inch of gold. Every weekend here was too busy. Every store was just too busy. Now, no one comes when we actively organize a sales event. Even if people come, half of them are there to grab the bargains. To be honest, I have been doing business for 20 years. The environment now is really different from before. In the past, as long as the products were similar and the location was similar, business could be done. But now, this trend cannot be changed. Doing business now is not a question of how hard you work. There is indeed no one on the streets. The whole country is in this situation now. In the past, our physical stores had off-seasons and peak seasons, but now it's getting slower every month and every year. If this continues, within 3 years, all physical stores will be finished and will have to lie flat. You have no choice whether to lie flat or not. In Xishuangbanna, which has a population of several million, there was no one in the scenic area, no one on the streets, no one in the shops, no one in the shopping malls, no one in the supermarkets, and even in the factories. We can't see anyone in the city or on the countryside. Where have all the people gone? I remember when the population was 1.2 billion, there were crowds everywhere and it felt overcrowded. Now the country still has 1.4 billion people, but there are no people anywhere. What is the reason? Is everyone at home? Anyone who knows can tell me. Something really strange happens in Beiliu City. It's sunny, no rain, and there was no one on the streets. I really couldn't figure out where all the people had gone. At 12 noon, let me show you that 2/3 of the food city in Wu'ai market is vacant. The entire area is empty. It's lunchtime, but how come just so few customers are eating? There are a few more people in the clothing city, but only a few are left in the food city. There are only 2 groups with a few more people, and no one is anywhere else. This is the pedestrian street now. Look, all the shops on the street are closed. All of them are closed. Now, the store business is not doing well. Take a look at Walmart on Wanda Plaza. All the stores on the first floor are closed. Business was good here before. Let's take a look at the Ocean department store building. This is the store on the first floor. It's closed. Watson's is also closed. There was one here before. Look, they are all closed. Starbucks is closed. Look, they are all closed. It's unbelievable. What about this store downstairs in Wanda Plaza? It's also partially closed. No way it would close if it were before. It seems that money is really hard to make these days. The Quanxi Road pedestrian street in Chengdu used to be crowded with people, but look today, Sunday, there are only a few people. Where have those people gone? People seem to have no money in their bags and don't come out to spend money. My God, how am I going to do business this year? I opened the store at 10 a.m., but not a single customer has come in until now. This is not a problem of consumption downgrade. There are no people. Where have they gone? People don't consume anymore. Look at what our society is like now. The streets are full of debtors. Nowadays, no one goes to restaurants, no one goes shopping in shopping malls, no one buys houses, no one gets married, no one has children, and no one believes what experts say. It seems that everyone is awakened overnight. Our current situation is as follows. Inside the house are angry miners who want someone not to live. The streets are packed with lifeless youths. The companies are full of middle-aged people who can't afford to live. People don't pursue anything optional, don't buy anything optional. Is this the ultimate outcome of the capital-fueled hype of the past few years? Or have people regained their rational consumption attitudes? What also surprised the Chinese is that many videos about uninhabited villages are circulated online. In some rural areas, some villages have nice houses with complete furniture and decoration, but no one lives there. Some analysts say that the population loss in some villages in China's backward southwestern provinces is due to their location in deep mountains and inconvenient transportation. However, online videos show that there are also a large number of empty villages and towns on the vast plains of the three northeastern provinces, which is obviously for other reasons. The place where we are now is called Simingshan Village. It is also called the uninhabited village because there is no one here. The grass has grown overgrown, the doors of the rooms have disappeared, and the rooms are very messy. There are basically no people in such a big village. It is already past 5 in the afternoon, almost 6 o'clock. In an empty village, there may be a little bit of gloomy and scary atmosphere at night. The village is actually quite big. There should be a square here, and there is a bridge here because there are many rivers in the village. The name of this bridge is Siming Bridge. Such a big village is deserted, and only the sound of birds can be heard. It really feels like the end of the world has come. On my self-driving tour in Hunan province, I unexpectedly discovered a large area of uninhabited houses. The outside of the buildings is surrounded by weeds. When I walked into the house, I saw a large amount of clothes. I don't know what happened here or what kind of stories it had. There are so many relics, military coats and raincoats. The closets are full of clothes. I didn't expect there to be a TV here, which is the famous Yuxing brand. What brand is this stereo called? Yuxing's Audio, right? This is really unexpected. In such an abandoned dormitory building, there are so many relics. Is there anyone here? This house is so clean. There's even a TV. Look at the floor. It feels so clean, but it's obvious that no one lives here. Do you see that the bed is so clean? The door is open. There's also a flashlight, the same model as mine. I have this flashlight too. This room puzzled me because everything in it is obviously very clean, but the door is indeed open. The couplets in this house are actually white. White couplets generally have two meanings. Either they have faded or they mean there has been a funeral. Look behind me to the right and to the left. There are actually many buildings here, and we haven't left yet. I found a good place and I plan to shoot here. What should I do if I'm the only one left in the world? The whole town, everything modern and contemporary. Hospitals, schools, banks, police stations, everything is completely abandoned and dilapidated, fellas. I'm riding a motorcycle alone. This is at the top of the mountain. It's so cool. I will do the live streaming here at night. Look everyone, these are the scenes in the countryside now. The houses are empty and no one lives there. In this village there are only 5 old men left. Let me show you, there's not a single soul in sight in half of the village, not even one. Where did they go? Some have gone out to work, some have bought houses in cities and lived there, leaving only the elderly in the village. Do you think it's the same in your villages? Too boring here, we haven't left yet. In fact, uninhabited villages have appeared in China for many years, both in poor areas and in some rural areas of developed provinces, especially in recent years after the pandemic. Coupled with deaths from natural disasters and man-made disasters, many rural and mountainous areas have long been deserted. Many overseas Chinese experts believe that the scale of China's population decline is very large. It's obvious that after 3 years of the pandemic, the Great Depression is visible from cities to rural areas. Because the Chinese Communist Party authorities have been concealing the truth about the pandemic, the outside world has no idea of the actual number of deaths. Especially since this year, a new wave of epidemics have occurred in many places in China. People in many cities have revealed to overseas Chinese media that the epidemic has never subsided, and many people around them have been infected. We have a lot of viruses here. I don't know how everyone caught a cold, especially the children in school. It's directly transmitted to each other. The cold will last a long time, usually more than 20 days. I am also having a cold and I feel uncomfortable. My tongue hurts, my throat is sore, and my nose is dry and hard. I have no strength and feel weak. I also have diarrhea and vomiting a little bit. Anyway, it's similar to COVID-19. You can go to the cemetery now and see the tombstones. They are all very young children. In the underworld, no difference if you are old or young. Cemeteries are everywhere now. A friend of mine was still at work 2 days ago and he died suddenly. There are many sudden deaths due to myocardial infarction and cerebral infarction. It's normal to say that they died suddenly. Anyway, there are many strange diseases now. Sudden death is normal. Last New Year, when my classmate went to his mother's house, he inserted the key into the keyhole in the door, and then he sat down on the ground and passed away. He was less than 50 years old. Before, he looked totally okay, could eat and drink. Colds, fevers, coughs, and sore throats aren't the all symptoms of COVID-19. It has been happening all along. There are so many children all infected in one class. If you want to go to school, go. If you don't want to go, just rest at home. In Hebei province, people don't cremate bodies anymore. They just bury them directly, saying too many to cremate, so they just bury them directly. Now people are a lot fewer. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.